Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. If you are new, we are doing 31 days of Halloween. I wanted to do a ghost bride look. I knew that from the beginning, but then I remembered the ghost bride, Constance Hatchaway from the Haunted Mansion, and then ColourPop came out with their Haunted Mansion collection and I was able to pick up their palette and the lip set that was part of the collection. So I want to use those to create a Constance Hatchaway look. I still have not seen the new movie, but it's definitely on the top of my watch list. So definitely will be watching that after I do this look. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm not sure what time period. I think it is like kind of Victorian or maybe early 1900s. And during that time period, the eyebrows were very round and very soft. I don't know if I want to block out my eyebrows to do that or try to shape my brows that way. I think I'm gonna try to go with my natural brows and then just kind of try to manipulate them with coverage and drawing the shape. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Brow Wiz, my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is the shade Ebony. And I'm gonna start it like right around here and go up, try to arch those brows. And I'm going to take some of my brow setter gel from Benefit. I'm just going to go in the direction of my eyebrow hairs. I'm going to prime my face and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and the Milk Makeup 4 Eclipse Mattifying Primer in my T-zone. Now, she's known to be in like a bluey, glowy light. So people often dress up as her with like blue paint on their face because she just has like that natural like ghostly blue, almost kind of greenish glow. So we're gonna try to go ahead and do that. So I have my Mehron Makeup Paradise AQ palette and I want to work with this light blue here in this like aqua color, and then of course a lot of white to kind of brighten it up, and so it's not super blue or green. So the first thing I'm going to do is carve out my brows and get them the shape that I want, because I did fill them in that way, but I need to kind of clean them up a bit. So I'm taking a concealer brush, a little bit of water, and I'm going to go into that like aqua color and that blue, just one right after the other. I'm kind of getting the color that I want on my hand, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of white as well. It is more convenient if you already have a color that is like the color that you want to paint your face, but I like being able to just mix the paints together to make sure it is exactly what I want. Okay, so I think that is a really good color. I added a bit of white to that, and I'm going to kind of be going on top of my actual eyebrow shape so I can get the eyebrow shape that I want. I think that's a pretty good shape. It's very round, very soft, a little bit further apart than my natural eyebrows. So now I'm going to do the rest of my face this same color. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did, mix a little bit of that aqua color, a little bit of that light blue, and white. Just going in with a bigger brush this time. I know this is very, very blue, but we're gonna add a lot more white in a second. Okay, I know we're in a crazy state right now, but it's gonna get better. So I'm gonna take my Mehron Cream Blend Stick, is still white, and we're gonna go ahead and apply this on the center of the face. With a brush for the nose. Then I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to put some of that cream blend stick on the sponge before I go in and blend. Let me get closer from the eyes with the paint. Now it looks like they have that glow coming from within, which is what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to set my face so nothing moves. I'm going to use the Mehron setting powder. This is the Ultra White. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, the light hand. I'm going to go over my eyebrows as well, kind of lighten them up. I'm going to use a powder puff to set my T's on my cheeks. Okay, so now I want to contour with one of the eyeshadows in the Welcome Foolish Mortals palette. I'm going to start with Graveyard Shift. No. Graveyard Stroll, just the darkest gray here, and it is like a cement gray, so the name is very fitting, I think. Although I do kind of have a problem with the names. I haven't seen the movie, like I said, so I don't know if they're like references to the movie, but I wish there was more references like from the ride. There is like Ballroom Ghost and Ghost Host, but I wish there was other one. My husband and I were kind of going back and forth throwing ideas of what the names could have been, like Swinging Wake. I think that was like my favorite one. Tail of the Rat or Happy Haunts. I can't believe Happy Haunts is not one of the names. And I'm just building that up with the most definition. Kind of went a little bit crazy on this side. Let's take my sponge, put it on top of that. Tiny bit of setting powder. Underneath my lip, chin, and into my jawline as well. We're gonna bake our cheekbones and our nose as well. I was looking at some of the pictures from Constance from one of the Disneyland Halloween parades, and she was like baked to the gods on her cheekbones. I'm just doing basically just the perimeter of my face now. This is my second time doing this look. If you follow me on TikTok, you probably saw the first look. I did do like a bluey glowy base for that one, and I don't know, I just was not happy with it, so we're redoing it, and we're taking it up a little bit. We're taking it a little bit further with this bluey glowy base. Sometimes that happens, you know, spend hours on the look for just not to be happy with it. It's life, unfortunately. So it is the middle of the night, I'm redoing the look, and hopefully I can get it out by this morning. It is currently 2:51, and this is the 14th look. We still have to do the 15th look today. Okay, so now I'm going to bake with that Mehron setting powder. Get that baking going while I do my nose. Hopefully I do like this more than the first look, because if not, so now we're going to take some of that same Graveyard Stroll, not Graveyard Shift. Basically just gonna contour it how I normally would. I'm taking this underneath my brow also. Slightly blending down towards my face. Take some of that setting powder. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dust the excess off. The setting powder is so intense, you don't really need to leave it on very long to bake. Okay, I want to highlight my cheekbones before I move on to the eyes. I'm going to use this one from the Anastasia Nicole Vidal palette. I just rediscovered this and I've been using it constantly for the 31 days. And it's the shade Forever Lit. And it's like a light blue crystal-y shade. Take some of my nose also. Also the first look that I did with this look, I used the Haunted Mansion palette, I forgot to use a lip product. I was so upset about it. Everything was just kind of pointing for me to just redo it. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. I am priming with the Juvia's Place eye primer, blending that onto my lid. I'm going to take Corridor of Doors, which is this taupe shade here. I'm going to take that other part of the crease, slowly working it in. Now I'm going to take the Bride, which is this white shimmer here, press that onto the inner corner. Move it onto the lid. Now I'm going to take Ballroom Ghost, and this is like my favorite shade in here. It's kind of got like a blue and green and gold shift. I really want that to pop, so I'm going to wet my brush with some setting spray. Now I'm going to have some fun and take Hitchhikers, which is this bright blue center shade, blue teal. I'm going to take that right here, not quite on the outer corner, but now we're going to deepen that outer corner with Hatchbox. Just like this navy, like blue-black matte shimmer. I'm going to take this like mauve shade, which is Portrait Chamber. I'm just going to tap that right along where I had applied Corridor of Doors. I really get a nice blend of all these shades. Okay, so far I really am liking this so much more than the first look. I feel like the first look was just, I don't know, not me. It was very quick and, I don't know, not easy, but there wasn't too much thought put into it, I want to say. I think that's where I messed up, because that's not me. I like to think about things. I like to think about things way too much, actually. I'm just taking Hatbox and just really digging out that outer corner and winging it out. Now I'm going to take that same Forever Lit highlight that we use for our cheekbones and then just highlight my brow bone. I really hope to bring back the highlighted brow bone. I've been doing it a lot lately and I've missed it. I do feel like more creative and vibrant makeup is coming back. We were in our clean girl era for a while, but I think it's time we get creative again. Okay, so I'm going to prime my lower lash line now. Same eye primer. So for the lower lash line, I think I'm going to take that Hatbox down on the outer corner first. And I think I kind of want to have some fun with some of that purple shimmer in here. Throw that in on the lash line, which is the shade Have a Stretch. And I used this for the Dr. Facilier. It's the only one that I have tried. I hope we're not looking too mermaid, but it's okay if we are. And it come together. So now I'm going to line my lower lash line. I'm going to use the NYX Epic Aware liner stick. And we'll do a winged liner as well. Before I put lashes on, I'm just going to go ahead and do the lips now. Okay, so we have a few options. We have 3 matte lipsticks, and we have a purpley gloss. I don't know if I want to use the gloss. I think I'm probably just going to stick to like these. I'm going to play around with at least these 2. I might throw in this one, maybe, but definitely these 2. So this one is kind of like a reddish brown. It is the shade, it is the color Summoned Spirits. Oh yeah, it's like a very, very dark reddish brown. So I'm going to use this to line my lips. I'm just going to go right on top of that shade. And I'm going to use a brush to line the top, just so I can be a little bit more precise. This is like such a pretty fall color too. It's kind of like, it's like a very, very deep burgundy. It's definitely got some purple to it. I want like a very rounded Cupid faux. And to get like a vintage lip going. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like lightly in the corners. Just bring it in. So I love this color. I'm going to take this like purple Haunted Mansion chain. It is called Hatchaway. I'm gonna take that in the center. This is such a pretty color too. It's definitely giving Victorian ghost era. Okay, so now we're gonna do lashes. Okay, I'm just kind of have them sitting on my lashes to see how they would look. I'm gonna use the Kiss Make Effect lashes, and these are the Bell ones. If you're wondering why my eyes are red, I was late, I'm tired, and I did have a bit of a breakdown after I realized I didn't like the first look I did. Okay, and I do want to add some like gray to my face. Yeah, so I'm going to take Grand Ballroom, which is this gray here. It's got a little bit of sparkle in it too. I tap into that really, and then start to create darker circles. Kind of look more ghostly, I think. Similar gray to my forehead. Setting powder, kind of blend everything together. I'm gonna take my liquid liner and just connect where the lashes start to my inner corner. I have like the white blind contacts that I'm gonna wear. Hopefully that makes my actual eyes look a little less red. Now I look how I feel. Very, very tight. And I'm just gonna take Endless Hallway, which is that like lighter taupe. I'm just gonna take that areas that I feel like are just a little too blue. I want to tone down that teal and that violet, I think just a little bit. So I'm just taking a little bit of that Hatbox and just barely going right on top of that just to kind of tone it down. If you can like see the difference, starting on where I did put Hatbox and then just kind of pushing it onto that teal. I feel like this look can definitely work for Madame Leota too, to be honest. For Madame Leota, I think I would want to use more teal though, and definitely make her more of a teal skin tone. And I'm going to do my neck and change, do my neck and do my hair, contacts, and all the bells and whistles, and I will be right back. Okay, and this is the finished look. I got my bouquet and the fake axe. I put the blind white contacts in, got the veil. The veil I got from Amazon. I thrifted a bunch of pearls. I just went with my natural hair for the first time I did this. I did a white wig, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. It was also really hard to work with and like put up because it's a very super long wig. Whatever. The dress I've had for a while, I got this for like a Victorian photo shoot I did at home like during COVID. I think that's it. I did paint my neck and a little bit of my chest because as you can see it's like a kind of see-through, so I just kind of wanted to make that a little bit more cohesive. I didn't paint my hands. If I were to wear this like as an actual costume, I'd probably wear white gloves so I didn't have to paint my hands. I did kind of try to do like a similar hairstyle as like the reference photo I was going off of the Constance in the parade. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I definitely like this one a lot more. I'm glad I was able to use the lipsticks from the ColourPop Haunted Mansion collection. Overall, I think it is giving Constance. I realized that for the first look, I think I wasn't fully committed to the idea of doing Constance Hatchaway. I was kind of like in between of Constance and just like a regular ghost bride, and I think that's why I didn't like it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And that is another day of 31 days of Halloween. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.